State your name.
Cami,
Cami. Okay. Cami, where you from?
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Lafayette, Louisiana. Okay. And you currently living there or?
I live a couple places, Houston, and I live in Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And how long you been single?
About 2.5, 3 years.
About 3 years. Were you in a long term relationship?
Actually, I was married.
Oh, okay. So you've been divorced 2.5 years.
Yes.
How long were you married? If you don't mind me asking.
18, 18 and a half years.
So before you got married, like was he like a sweetheart or something? I'm just trying to get to understand the timeline. So, because
So,
reason why I'm asking you because I want to see how far back has it as far as your dating experience. That's why I'm asking. Like,
so, I met him when I was in the Navy.
okay,
And
and
yeah.
how old were you?
Oh, like 23, 24.
Oh yeah, you was young. Okay, so you got married young.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So previously, you didn't have a whole lot of dating experience, huh?
I dated guys before I met him.
Oh, okay, but it's a difference when as you get older, though. You know, you get to late
Yes.
20s,
I've dated after since I've been divorced.
divorce. Okay, okay. And so how's that been going for you?
At first it was different because it was foreign to me. Like I was like, wait, what? Like I was Googling terminologies and like
Like what?
like the exclusiveness or just things that they would say. I was like, what does that mean? And I was
Uh,
like, this is all
entanglement,
new. Yeah.
all that stuff. You had
Yes.
to Google entanglement too.
No, I knew what that meant. But but I was like, oh, just wanted to just be sure that I knew what was going on when I had a conversation. Like I wasn't sidetracked or being taken advantage of or anything.
Okay. All right. All right. And so, how many dates do you think you average? Do you like? Are you a serial dater? Like, would you consider yourself a person that go out a lot? Or like, how many dates do you typically go out within a month span?
I don't like. I'm kind of scared because I've talked to different guys on dating apps, and
Hmm.
when I get to like okay, you want to go on a date, it's always like, well, I'm doing something, or it's just a bunch of bull crap.
Right.
And it's like they don't never show up, or they don't
Oh.
never. It's just like you get to a certain point, or they just want to text. It's just a bunch of lies. So I went on one date
Uh huh.
a couple months ago, and it was weird because we were really on the phone to 3, 4 in the morning, 2, 3 hours a day. We went on one date. It was great, and then that was it. I ain't heard from him no more.
Oh, okay. So, how many days you guys went out on?
One.
One date. I mean, how
One.
did you? How was it? Like, what was the vibe like? How did it
The
feel?
vibe was we were feeling each other, but I don't think it was me. I just think something was going on with him,
Hmm.
personal. The passing of his ex. He's a widow, and I think that would it was people in there. How do I want to say it? People deal with different things, but they don't get themselves time to heal.
So, outside of everybody else, like, why do you think eternally that you're single? Like, what is it that you feel like in yourself? You feel like, okay, this may be something that may contribute to me being single. Is there anything you think that you can look at
I
as far as
think
your side of the fence?
okay, so I have a unique story, and everybody has a story. So
Right.
uh, I question myself, like, did I tell them too much info? Did I give too
Right.
much? Because I'm always questioning, like, what did I do? Like, what did I do? Like, what did I do wrong? Because I'm always learning. Like, and
Right.
half of the time, like my ex boyfriend, he's like, it's not you. It's like some of these guys, they just want the opposite of you. And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like,
Mm.
you're a good girl. Like, you do everything as a girlfriend. Whatever you do, you do it right. But they don't want that. They looking for something that they can just date, no expectations, no, they don't want to put no title on it. They don't want to be in no committed relationship. They just want to have a fling, whatever you want to call it these days.
Right.
So I'm learning this as I go.
You learn as you go. Okay, and so you say you've been divorced 2 years.
Yes, but
Okay,
I've
okay.
been separated for a very long time.
For a very long time. Okay, so you've had several dates.
Yes.
Right. Okay. What's the age range that you typically date? Like, is there a certain age range?
Uh,
Let's
so,
figure this. Let's kind of figure this out a little bit.
so
Right.
lately, well, since I got out of the marriage, my first guy I ever dated was 36 years old. So it's been like, been meeting a lot of younger guys, like around 36, 37,
Hmm.
38 years old.
And
Uh,
you're how old? I'm sorry.
I'm 45.
45. Okay. All right. What about any guys that? What about guys that are older? Do you kind of you don't attract those type of guys, or like are you like what do you prefer? What do you prefer?
So the guy that I did go on a date for a date, the one time he was in his 50s. He was 51,
Hmm.
and it's cool. I see it since I did date the guy that was 30 something, and it was an experience for me because it was more like I was more like a mother figure, and I'm like, I don't want to be nobody's mother. I don't want no projects. I don't want to take on any of that. So I try to date somebody that's older, and I'm like, then you get ghosts because they got issues. So I'm not sure right now. And then I keep
Right.
getting these guys that's in their 38, 36 that's coming up to me. So I'm like, I'm not sure.
What you not sure about the young guy? What's going on with them?
Well, the young guys, I'm 45, so I've been married before.
Hmm.
I have 3 boys. I can't have no more kids. So to me, dating a younger guy, if they still looking for all that, it's not gonna work out
Hmm.
if it turned into something serious because I can't have no more kids, and I'm living my best life. Like I ain't trying to be tied down. So it's not fair for them.
Hmm.
At the same time, it's not fair for me because we taken away from each other. So I figure I'll find somebody older, but I've had guys that's 58 try to talk to me, and it's like on some Ryan Osley mess where they come and send me videos of them walking through with songs, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh man. Man, that the Ozzy brothers like
Yes,
playing the
and then
background.
they text you at 6 in the morning where you like, okay, you went to sleep early because you 58, so you getting up
Right.
and you calling me. The
Uh-huh.
punctuality is different, so I'm just
Right.
noticing like the age difference, how they differ, how everything works.
Right. Right. So what would be your sweet spot as far as age then? Like what's
So,
your preference if you were to you know if you were to build a man, what would his age be?
so I would date someone 30, 38, 36 to 40 because I'm still want to have fun and enjoy my life. So I feel that I'll have a good time with no real expectations, but to be on a serious and want to live life and enjoy life and do the things that I really want, I would rather be with somebody that's like 50, 51, around my age.
You was building a man. Okay, just give me physical attributes. Physically, first how old he would be.
So between 36 to probably 50, 51.
Okay, what about physically? What about height?
Oh, I don't like sharp men. So
Okay, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6". What's a short man to you?
My height are below.
Right.
So I'm used to, well, I was married to somebody 6 feet and over, and I dated 6 feet and over.
Would you date a man 5'9",
Yes, I would.
5'8",
Yes.
5'7"?
Yes.
Okay, so long as they okay. Okay, what about heels and stuff like that? You like being taller than him or stuff like that? Because I know
No,
sometimes
I'm
women.
more of a sneakerhead. Like I wear
Oh, you
heels if
go
I go somewhere and go out, but I'm more of a sneakerhead. So,
right. Okay. All right. Okay. And okay, what complexion would it be?
so I have a tendency of dating a lot of light skins. I don't know why, but
Uh-huh.
I I married one. I had another boyfriend that was one. I dated another one after that, and another one I met, and they tend to be light skinned.
All right. So you attract Chico the bars.
Yeah.
All right. What are some of the boxes that have to be checked while you're dating? Like, what are some things you're looking for?
First of all, commitment, because I'm noticing a lot of people don't like to be committed. They
Okay.
like
So how can you determine that during the date commit? Like, what do you?
like be truthful about what you want. Like it's upfront. Like just say, "Hey, I just want to be a friend,"
Mhm.
or "I'm just looking for somebody to just talk to or just hang out with," instead of leading a person on and then just ghosting them. So I tend to look for stuff like that, like the little flags, because I'm new to this stuff. So
Mhm.
I've been hurt. So, and I know you're gonna get hurt no matter what, and you
Mhm.
gotta open yourself up to understand a person and to learn a person. So I'm a, I kind of like to hang out, like to spend time with each other, go eat out,
Mhm.
chill.
Mhm.
I'm not a needy person, but those are some of the things I like doing. So that's kind of some of the things that I look for, like what they like doing, or like.
Yeah. I mean, but see, the thing about it is, it's just like dating is like base, like it's almost like baseball. You get up, you're gonna swing a whole lot of times, but 3 out of 10, you're an all star in the league. So, I mean, you got that's only if you want. That's only if you want. If you want more, you know what I mean? Like the whole dating process. I do understand it can be. It sounds to me that the dating process, you have fear,
I do.
right? You have fear due to uh, the marriage or your experiences.
The marriage and the couple experience I had after.
Okay, okay. And you said those couple experiences. Can you like? Is there something like what experience was that? Like like you want to tell us about it or?
One of them was behind closed doors. You know, they want you to be their girlfriend. They want you to do all these things, but then in the public, it's like, oh, he said you just your friend. So it's like their actions spoke louder than words. But when they were telling you one thing, so telling me one thing, but they were acting totally different
Hmm.
outside of
Hmm.
in the public. So it was like I'm looking like I'm in a relationship by myself. And so I'm like, wait a minute. And then at the time, I didn't give myself time to just be by myself after I did get divorced. I went straight into I met somebody and then just went on into a relationship and it just hurt me more and more. But
Hmm.
we cool. We
Right.
got understanding. I've learned a lot from it. I don't go into relationships now. I don't look at stuff and have no expectations of, oh, this gonna be the one. I If you text me, I text you. If you call me, I call you. If not, it is what it is. I'm not gonna give you more energy than you giving me. I'm gonna give you the same energy.
What type of advice would you give men that has dealt with similar situations on the path that you've actually traveled?
So, all the time, hopefully the women get some help, first of all, and they can be able to be themselves in a healthier environment for that person. Like guys, sometimes they don't see it because they don't ask the questions or they'll just blow it off like, oh, she just bad. But they need to be open, have an open communication, uh, be willing to listen and be compassion, understand like whatever she went through, at least be there for her at that moment. And if it's something that they can't deal with, just be honest about it and just, be truthful to themselves because it's a lot for a person to
Okay.
go through to deal with a person that's been through something. And you don't, as a woman, as for me, I don't want to bring that to the front all the time. Like, I like to share my story, but it doesn't hinder anything that we have going on. So the female has to be honest with herself up front and then be willing to share her story so they can understand her more. They just need to be more understanding. And if it's not something that they can deal with, then they need to figure out what they need to do in that relationship.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Tell me a time where you felt that. Give me okay. So tell me a time where you were at that time where you probably did something or said something and you were like, oh man, I'm kind of like really need to make sure I get like. Do you remember that moment?
Yes, I had a couple incidents and I had to check myself. Like, it was the guy after my husband, and it was like he did something in a sneaky manner, and it resembled exactly what my husband was doing.
And what was that?
The talking to other females, and you know, he wasn't careful about how he did things. He didn't cover his tracks. Let's say
Okay.
that. So it was pretty much I found out, and it was like I just acted out of character because it resembled so much of what I went through and what I was going through till I almost snapped, and I was like, I should never let anybody get me out of that character, into that character again, because I've been through a lot already. So I had to check myself because I thought I was a little teenager. I went and showed up in biker shorts,
Mm-hmm. And what you do
tennis shoes, yeah, banging on the door like the police.
on his front door?
Yes. And I'm like, this is. And then I was like looking like, wait a minute, you better than this. And I just left.
Okay. Okay. So tell me a time when you act like that and you was wrong.
I
Where
was,
you was wrong.
I
Now
was
this,
every incident.
you've been
Oh,
right.
one time I did take it too far. I broke his PlayStation plate, whatever, PS4. I slammed it on the floor.
Uh, was it justifiable?
I was just tired of hearing his lies and BS.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But it didn't have to go that far.
Right. But you've never like went out because have you ever so you've never made a mistake with that. You'd be like, you know what? I thought he was doing this
No,
and that was me tripping.
no.
Oh man.
I didn't
You
have none of those moments.
okay, I'm just asking. That's because sometimes that can cloud judgment. Sometimes it can make the truth seem like a lie.
I I thought a couple times. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I was like, no. I had my friends, my aunties, everybody's like, he's so tired of you in this relationship. We thought if something was going on with you, we thought you was just out of it. Like, it had me to the point where I was literally drained. Like, I was not myself. So I
Mm-hmm.
knew it wasn't good for my health. It wasn't good for me mentally, everything. So when I left, because I stayed with him. When I left, it actually, I lost weight. I was just like, just happy. Like, I was just at peace.
Right, right. You said you got kids?
I got three boys,
How old are they?
29, 27, and 20.
So how does your son feel? Like, what are they as far as do they ever try to push you to go out or whatnot? Like they're at that age now. Like, do they say, "Mom, you need to find somebody," or they don't? They don't just deal with it.
They'd be like, Mom, you be everywhere. Well, I like to travel, so I be everywhere traveling. So they'd be like,
Uh
you just be everywhere. And then my baby, who he be like, it was his dad. He was like, what are you doing? He would just be asking me what am I doing.
huh.
But I
He
don't
will.
want to. I don't never want to see them. Want to show them that being out there in the streets, being with every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Mhm.
Uh, I be respectable.
Okay. What's the most valuable lesson you learned? You just said you learned a lot within the 2 years. Like, what's the most valuable lesson you've learned?
To not give somebody your all, like you know, what it's like to love somebody more than you love yourself. That's what I was doing. I've learned that.
Like, was it fast? Like, do
It
you
was,
you jumped into the feeling like that fast
yes.
while you was dating?
Yes.
Okay, right. So right now you just say you're gonna take a break.
I'm not even on a break. I just haven't put myself out there. Like, to meet somebody, you got to be out there. You got to go out. You got to meet people. You got to go. You know, you're not gonna meet nobody in the house. So I just hang out with my friends. I don't really go out and be like, well, I'm gonna go out and meet this chick. I mean, I be on date naps, but half of these people is weird.
What do you mean? What's the weird? What do you mean? What happened to you that what do you consider weird? What was something weird?
Like, I had two guys is like, oh, God told me you the one. Like, wait, what? I
On
don't
a
even know
dating
you.
app?
Yes. I'm like, I don't even know you. God told you that? Yes, he told me. So you baby, you the one. And I'm like, this is weird. And then I had a guy text me at 6 in the morning, some penis pictures. And I'm like, this is what you doing? Get ready for work. He's like, nah, I watch my dad. Oh no, you ain't got no job
uh,
So while your dad in the room, this is what you sending me at 6 in the morning? Like, it just was weird. And
uh,
I got two phones, so I usually don't give people my main number.
uh,
I'll just give them my other number if I like have a conversation with you a couple of times on text or on the phone, and I feel comfortable. Other than that, if I don't feel
right,
something right, I'm just gonna go. But then again, just those people, I thought, okay, they might be cool. Let me be open, and then it just got weird. I'm like, okay then.
so did you like how many like as far as the dating apps have you actually connected with somebody, talked with someone on the phone, and then went out with
One person, yeah,
them? I mean, did they turn out to who they were?
yeah.
They did. Okay, so what happened with that? Why y'all didn't move forward?
I told you it was. I mean, I think it was just more of his personal trauma. He had just lost his wife.
Oh,
I don't think he was
that's
gay.
just
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how did you come up with the conclusion? Like I was trying to figure out like how did you come up with that?
Oh, the conversations we had, we'd be on the phone
Right.
like 3, 4 hours a day. I know where he work at, been to his job,
Mhm.
talk. He know all about my story. I know about his story, his kids, my kids. Like, we had got that deep. Like, it was like 3 months of
Fire.
yes, and then it was just like boom.
Right.
Out of nowhere, like, wait a minute, wait, what? What just
Right.
happened? Yeah.
Right. And I mean, you know how to take that, huh?
Yeah, I was like,
Was
wow.
there some fear?
Uh
Or you wasn't even really studying it, you just going in.
Now we were feeling each other and we were understanding each other on a different, like, it was just different, and then it felt different, and we both were open with each other, and then it got weird at the end. He was asking me random questions like, why you ain't got no church dude? And I'm like, wait, what?
You know who?
Nobody in church. Cause I go to Bible study. He was like, well, why you ain't finding nobody in church yet? I'm like, what do you mean?
Mhm.
Why you still living here? I'm like, wait, what? Where's this coming from?
Right. Does a guy have to be a Christian to date you? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Does religion matter?
Uh, no, but at
It
least
doesn't
believe in
matter.
God. I mean, I have sons, so if I need a role model or a leader to be, if my son needs that person, I would like them to have faith in God,
In God.
because I got three sons, and I can't teach a man how to be a man.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so I want them to have that faith. I'm not telling them they got to go to church every Sunday, be in church up there.
Go to church to talk
Yeah,
about church.
yes, yeah. No, I ain't about that life. Because
Right. Right. I
I like
feel
to
you.
have a good time. I like to party. I like to
Uh-huh.
travel. You know, I like to go places. So I'm not gonna stop my life. So I don't want that person to be all holy and thou.
Right. So as long as he believes in God, you're okay.
Yes.
All right, that's cool. Do you think you attract who you are based upon where you are, your state of mind, and based upon how you think, based upon your experiences? Do you think you're attracting those same type of guys? Because you said you dealt with one guy, he had trauma too as well, right?
Yes, all three of them actually. So,
Okay, so
so actually, my husband, the second one, and the third one. So yes, so that's why I had to reevaluate myself. Like, what am I attracting, and am I being taking on projects, or I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be. And I start to notice those red flags a little bit earlier when I talk to people,
right,
and when I ask the questions. They got kids and they've been divorced and what's their story. I try to figure out right then, like, okay, if this is something I want be in. Because one guy, he inboxed me, he was like, I got a 1 year old. Like, I don't want to deal with nobody with a 1 year old. I'm not discriminating against them, but I ain't got no little bitty kid. I got grandkids, but that's not what I want. So I think I'd be a little more cautious now of taking on traumas, people that's been through a lot, and you got to
right,
talk to a person to understand their story. So I'm a little
right,
bit open now to like listening.
right.
Okay, let's listen and see what they got going on first. Now, if you got a 1 year old, you still got some stuff going on, baby mama.
Right. So what's your bar? What's
So
the lowest number?
the guy I dated, he had three girls, and they were 7. The youngest was 7, and the oldest was she's 18.
So was you date a guy that had a 3-year-old?
I talked to a guy. I met a guy. He had a 5 year old. So I think about 5.
5 is your cutoff.
Yeah.
How many kids? What's the maximum amount of kids you
So
get?
my mom always told me if a man got more kids than you did, you need to figure out if you want to be with him. So I
Oh
got 3
wow.
kids because this after my marriage I dated this guy, and that was the first time that I had dated someone with kids because my husband didn't have no kids.
Mhm.
So that was pretty interesting. And it was weird for him because I was open. I'm cool with their baby mamas, his baby mamas. Like, we got a good relationship. So that ain't an issue. I just don't think I want to hurt anymore. Because when you break up with that person, you not only break up with the dad, or they're not breaking up with you, it hurting the kids too. So I try to watch that because that similar situation happened to me.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, so okay. So basically, you didn't even give me a number on the kids. You just said the one your
The
mama
most
said.
I say 3, but if they grown, that's cool too.
Right. Grown, you
But
don't have to. Yeah, I mean,
I
grown.
don't want to do nothing. But if you got 3 kids, that's fine. I got 3, but I'm not going no more than that.
Right. Right. What if he had 8 and 5 of them was grown? 5 of them was grown and 3 of them was like 10, 11, 12. I don't know.
Them his kids, not mine. So as long as they ain't interfering with me in our time, and you know what? Because I just had this conversation because we were talking about Tamar and his boy and her new boyfriend, and
Uh-huh.
the guy, and I was like, they just make such a cute couple, and they was like, people didn't know the girl didn't. My friend didn't know the story, and I was like, yeah, you got 5 kids, and everybody was like, what? What would you do? And I was like, well, it's his kids. Long as he taking care of his business. I mean, I'm gonna be the best stepmom I could be if that's what I need to be.
Mm.
But long as there ain't no issues, I'm good.
Right. So you'd be open to a man that had 5 or 6 kids.
Yeah, but that's a cutoff after that.
You just said 3.
3 to 5. 3 to 5 is my limit. Because 3 to 5, then I got my 3, and I got grandkids on top of that. He might not
Right.
have no grandkids.
But guess what? Here's the advantage. Somebody might strike it rich, so you got more opportunities.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Somebody striking rich, you could be sitting on table one.
Exactly.
One that could probably throw that ball good, one that could probably sing or a neurosurgeon or something.
And that's the thing with my three,
Right, right,
I got one that play baseball now in college, and I got one that's in the Navy.
right. There it
So,
is. Not been able to feel it, but they may be in the vicinity because they probably learned it from somebody else. They may can't feel it, but they can probably attach to it because when they
well,
grew up or they saw somebody or something like that may
yeah,
no, a family member.
my family members never even when I was going through it, they didn't. They just been supportive of me. They not tell me nothing. It was more friends and
Right.
girlfriends and
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is, what if when you made the statement, you said, "How can someone tell you to do something they haven't experienced?" I said maybe I just say maybe your whoever told you that maybe they've seen it from uh, their own house. They blah
oh,
blah
their
blah.
family member.
Right.
Mm,
They
I
may. I
guess
don't know. But I'm not saying I'm not saying what you're not saying is. I'm not saying what you're saying is not valid. I'm just saying maybe they can.
maybe.
Maybe they're coming from that angle.
I mean,
Right.
I listen to them, but I don't like be like nah, whatever. I don't brush it off. I listen to them.
Right.
I love them.
What type of impact did social media have on you when you got back out there? Like, did you feel like, was it like you, like, did you feel like you stepped into a world where it was easy to assess you? Like, did you see them accessible? Like, were you entertaining inboxes? Like,
No,
what?
like
Because I'm sure if you put status single, your inbox did overflow.
mm-mm.
You did,
I've had young kids like my son's age, and I'm like, I don't play with kids.
right,
I'm like, what is y'all doing?
right,
And uh, I've had a couple of guys, but it's people that knew me, and then a lot of people don't know. I don't like put my business out on Facebook, so a lot of people don't know that I was divorced. A lot of people didn't know it,
mm-hmm.
so I've had people call me like, "You so secretive." I'm like, "Why? I'm not gonna put my business out on Facebook because that's what everybody's sitting back waiting to see." So I'm real
Mm-hmm.
secretive when it comes to Facebook. Like I don't put a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, but so how do you address the dating app? Like how like if you was to look at your page, like is it like do you have like a conservative page? Because this is a dating app now. Dating app, you got some pictures, you gotta have some like how's your setup?
I put my pictures up. It just be me. I put my pictures up. Don't
Right.
bother me.